What's up, guys? Nick Script, P2W Fantasy. It's that time of year. A lot of people are joining new Dynasty startup leagues. Here are some pieces of advice for those drafts to ensure that you play to win. First and foremost, understand the league format and the league scoring. For examples, if the league is a super flex league where you can start two quarterbacks, that changes the value of quarterbacks. If it's tight end premium where tight ends score more fantasy points, that changes the value of the tight end position and how you draft. Number two, go into these drafts with rankings and tiered rankings. Maybe it's your own, maybe it's from a trusted source, but it truly helps you prepare for the draft and helps you pivot when guys are flying off the board. Number three, establish your team direction. It might be that you want to build a very young team. Maybe you are going after that win now team. And I do think it's okay to have a hybrid of both, but as you start drafting, figure out the direction of your team. Number four, ADP or the average draft position, how players are ranked when they are available, only goes so far. Go and get your guys. One of the worst feelings is seeing somebody you really want, somebody that you value highly, go off the board because you thought it might have been a little too early to take them. It's okay to reach on your guys because it's harder to trade for those guys later because the person that picked them probably likes them too. Trading up and trading down within a startup draft is something a lot of people like to do, but you have to be smart about how you go about it. For instance, if somebody wants to trade up for your pick, I wouldn't trade just for the low or for complete fair value. Like, I'm not trading my first and a fourth for a second and third. If somebody wants to trade up, they should pay for it. A lot of people like trading down, and that's a good strategy, but if everybody's doing it, maybe you zig when other people are zagging and capitalize on everybody trying to trade down. With those future picks, if you can trade them in a draft, just be careful that we don't devalue the future just because we're so excited about drafting now. One of the most important things, fade your starting lineup. Meaning, don't just draft to set a starting lineup. It goes hand in hand with the point right under it. Draft for value, not your need. You want to draft the best players that come to you in a draft. Play the board. You can trade to shape your team later. Dynasty is all about value, and it's a year-round league, so you can shape your team throughout the entire offseason after these drafts. And last, as you get through the later rounds of your Dynasty startup draft, draft for upside late. Meaning, toss some darts on guys that could have an elevated value later on in the season. Maybe they get a big opportunity and they capitalize on it. We don't need guys in the later rounds that can score us a solid 7 to 10 points per game. We want to shoot for those guys that can pop off on a given week for 15 to 20 points. Oh, and of course, make sure you are following or subscribed to P2W Fantasy and myself.